Today on The First Estate, we'll examine meditation, how and if it works, its role in Jewish tradition, and what's behind the increasing American interest in Eastern religions and philosophies. Let's begin with Shri Чинмой, UN Guru. That very peaceful music you've just heard Guru Shri Чинмой play is one of over 1,000 of his original musical compositions for meditation. Shri Чинмой is a spiritual teacher and leader of a worldwide religious organization that is dedicated to an active outer life in service to humanity and a fruitful inner life of prayer and meditation. He is a prolific writer and artist, having written more than 300 books and, in a single 24-hour span, 843 poems. He also created 100,000 paintings in over 11 months. Since 1970, he has served as director of the United Nations Meditation Group, conducting interdenominational meditation services for UN delegates and staff. And he's with us today to help us better understand the phenomenon of meditation. Welcome, Guru. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Guru, what is meditation and what is its ultimate objective?
Meditation is our conscious awareness of God and constant oneness with God. So when we meditate, our ultimate object is to be constant and conscious oneness with God. This has to be our main objective.
Does it differ from prayer in some way?
Yes, it does differ. Although the prayer and meditation lead us to the same goal, but the approaches are different. When we pray, we speak to God, and when we meditate, God speaks to us. When we pray, we offer our prayer to God for something, and God listens to our prayer. And when we meditate like this, we hear God's command. We try to hear God's dictates from above.
Guru, can everybody benefit from meditation, or is it something that only a gifted person can have?
No. We are all God's children, so everybody can meditate. It is not for the selected few. If one is sincere enough, then one can meditate. Meditation is not the sole monopoly of any individual. Anybody can meditate, provided he has some sincerity in his heart.
Still, there are those who are given special gifts. You, for example, as a guru, a teacher, must have realized at an early age that you did have some special religious gift. Could you tell me about that?
Well, at the age of 12, I had quite a few major experiences, and these experiences have led me to what I am now. I went beyond the domain of the physical mind. The physical mind the doubts and suspects, and the mind that is never satisfied with anything. So I went beyond that mind, and also by God's infinite bounty, I was in a position to have a free access to the supreme reality within me.
What kinds of special techniques are used by people who practice your form of meditation?
I ask my students to have a mind totally freed from thoughts. This is the first technique I offer. And then after some time I tell them to welcome only good thoughts, divine thoughts, the thoughts that are progressive and illumining and fulfilling. This is how I advise them to start with the meditation, especially at the preliminary stages of study.
Well, for example, do they use a mantra or a word to meditate on?
No, in our path we do not advocate mantra incantation. We feel that our prayer and meditation, let us say meditation, is most effective. But at the same time, we do not have a word against mantra. It is necessary for those who want to follow the mantric path. In our case, love, devotion, and surrender to God's will is our way to approach the supreme reality.
I understand that not everybody can be a disciple of yours, that you look into a person's eyes and you can tell whether or not that person should be able to follow you. Would you look into my eyes and tell me whether or not I could be a disciple of yours?
I do not want to say in public.
I'm afraid it's negative.
It's not for that, because then it will be a kind of commercial product. Here these things are very intimate, very soulful. When a seeker comes to me, and at that time I have to take full responsibility of his entire life, as he has to dedicate himself totally to the inner command, to the supreme within. So here on television, if I accept anybody or reject someone, it will be an act of injustice to our spiritual belief, and your soul will not permit me to do this kind of thing on television, to accept. And your soul, you have very fine soul, and your soul will not believe in this kind of commercial acceptance of seekers.
Let me ask a question that's related to that. Is it possible for somebody of a particular religious faith, say a Jewish person or a Christian person, to be a disciple of yours and still maintain their faith?
Certainly. One can belong to any religion who wants to. Religion is like a house. He has to remain in his house. Then he has to come and study. He has to go to school. We have implicit faith in all religions. Each religion is a house. Here you have to stay in your house, I have to stay in my house. Then both of us are students. We have to go to our common teacher.
So there are many paths.
Many paths that lead to the same realization. So each religion represents a house.
Tell me a moment about your work at the United Nations. How does meditation aid in the pursuit of world peace?
When we meditate, we acquire peace of mind. And once we have peace of mind, we simplify our outer life. Our mind is full of complicated thoughts, ideas, and it is constantly assailed by fear, doubt, anxiety, and worries. But if we can soulfully meditate early in the morning, we see that there is a way to simplify our life and at the same time to see the reality face to face.
How many disciples do you have, Shri Чинмоем?
I have about 900 disciples.
And of course your work goes on all over the world, doesn't it?
Yes.
But your headquarters is here in New York.
It is in New York.
And do you find that you have many new converts to your brand of faith here in New York? Are there many new people coming all the time?
Not all the time. As you know, I'm very fussy, I'm very strict, so I do not get disciples as some of the masters get, as it is possible.
Well, I know that you have met with religious leaders all around the world, the Pope, or met with, I guess, our mayor and I suppose our president. And I'm very pleased that you've come to meet with us and our audience on the First Estate. Thank you very much for being with us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. I'm so grateful to you.